Alright ladies, I am going to show you how to get default types working for FS25. This mod is made by ThundrFS. You can find it on his itch, ThundrFS.itch.io. He has made an update in the syntax on how to apply it to the map, so my old video is no longer correct. With this video being done at the end of March of 2025, I highly suggest it still to use default types to get any of your edited or changed crops to work in FS25. Someday, sometime, we are going to get an update that could potentially fix this and make this mod obsolete. While doing your RCR maps, this mod needs to be put in order to be able to change things around with the said crops because they are double loaded through base game files. So you navigate to Thundar's itch page. You are going to download default types. This version is 1.0.1.0. And we do have a few other here's that you could go back and do. Make sure you grab the latest one. This is the one we're going to be currently working on. So I'm just going to download it to make sure I walk you guys through everything completely. Go ahead, feel free to donate or anything like this. As you see here, we have download and install instructions from Thundar, so you can follow this through. And really, I no longer have to post anything under my video because it's all right here. When you guys download it, make sure you don't just go ahead and close this page. We got it all. Now, this mod does have it, so if you want to blacklist some crops and stuff, we can put this in the map XML also. With the blacklist, that means it will no longer put in the map i3D or anything for the fill types, fruit types, and even the store items that need it. This works hugely with poplar that we can't get rid of before. Sunflowers, if you don't want to use them on a map, fine, understand, but there's some equipment that call for sunflowers, parsnip, cotton, which is not grown everywhere. I would say the same with sugarcane, not grown everywhere, but the harvesters for those and the planters need to be blacklisted so they are not called through and running errors in your map. It's okay that you would have them if you're okay with it, but I highly suggest if you're getting rid of them, go ahead and get rid of them. Now, we are just going to go ahead and copy this right from his itch page. Now that I have it downloaded, we are going to open up my downloads. I just need to double check. We do not need to worry about anything. And here's the scripts. I just was not ready for this, I would say, like normal. But now that we have it in here, we are going to just drag this right into my mod folder. I got to replace the one that's already in there, and we're done. That is all you need to do with his script mod. That is so nice. So now I'm going to come down to Monteith and just update this one because I can't remember the last time I did that. But we are just going to update this in the maps US or in the map XML. So if you do not know the location of your map XML, you can open up your mod desk as said map. And right here would be your location for the map XML. Everybody names it different. Everybody puts it somewhere different. It's fine. It's good. It's all right. So we're going to follow that file path to the map XML. Once you have it opened, which mine is already there and updated, and I'll show you how to do this in a second from a base game map. Now, I already have mine here, and as you see, it's going to be the same, and we got map US config, fruit types, and all that. I am good. I do not need to update this. So now I am going to show you ladies on base map, and I won't be saving this due to we are editing base game files, which I highly do not or suggest not doing. With this, we are going to come in and replace these two, the fruit type converter and fruit types, and I'll explain why. But this is how I managed to do my setup so I never miss anything or mess anything up. And you do not need the map. This map is already up here, and it's closed at the very bottom. So go ahead and delete the map out of there. Make sure you get all the greater than, less than signs. And now we are just with this, and if you click back on your top one through Notepad++, the bottom one should highlight, and vice versa. So now we are going to change, if you don't do any store items or blacklist anything, you can just get rid of them completely. If you're adding in new crops with new fill types and height types, then we are going to change this to your path. So if I run back to Monteith here real quick to explain the file path for you, which I hope most of you that are doing this understand the file paths and will be just fine. This is just for some of the beginners. And my file path is maps US config, and I have my fill types, fruit types, and density height types. Density map height types is for anything that is going to get dumped on the ground. If you have potatoes that you want to dump on the ground, or corn that you want to dump on the ground, or your new crop you're bringing in needs to be dumped on the ground. With default types, excuse me, I wanted to call it advanced add-on. That ain't for 25 yet. But anyways, with default types, if you have your file path set correctly, then you're fine. This, again, just quits the double loading that Giants has set up for FS25, and it will only load the crops from your map folder. So therefore, you're not getting it double loaded. One last thing we need to do before this is finished. We need to deal with these two here and the fruit type category name mower for meadow. This is going to get moved into, so we come into the config and we're going to go to, oh wait, that's not there. Excuse me, because I'm in the base game files. We're going to go maps, fruit types. So find your fruit types. All right, so for your fruit type category mower, right here, we need to add meadow in. So it's just as simple as you copying the white meadow from your map XML and pasting it right here. Doesn't matter which order. And then we need to grab our fruit types line for meadow from here, and we're going to copy that. And the fruit type will finish right here. So create a space for it, paste it in. Now you are more than welcome to change this to your file path, and this will load your map incorrectly, or the crops into the map correctly. One other place where it is double loading, and I'll show you here, back through your map ID i3D. And you'll see your crops, and a lot of this is through here. So if you want to change anything with these crops, you need to get rid of the data sign and change it to your map. And when you edit with the i3D, we need to go from the i3D location. When you are changing it in the XMLs, you are starting with the beginning. I know it's kind of confusing, but also just double check everything. If you do not know how to add in new crops, we'll be going over that. I'm going to be redoing my tutorials here for 25, kind of get it better laid out and everything. I welcome feedback. Let me know what I can and can't change, what I should and shouldn't change. But the big thing is the new syntax that Thundar has with the default types for his update. Now that we got it updated, we are going to delete the other fruit types and fruit type converter category, and we are going to leave this in here just the way it is. The old way had th default types equal true down here, and that is no longer the syntax path that we want. We want this one just like this with everything in here. Thanks for watching, ladies, and until next time.